peanut gallery this evening.
Indeed.
So let's get this out of the way real quick, and
Oh, yeah.
then I'll pretend to be a DMer.
Since you're the DM, you get to make your own hours.
Hello.
Howdy.
Hey guys.
Oh, hey.
We was just checking in.
So, how y'all doing?
All right, we had our mission done. Learned how to use the little machine.
All right.
I
Well,
can now yarn. Sorta.
is that what it was? Is that what it's all about?
Oh yeah, it's
So it's
a
a writing class, huh?
yeah. So now she can spin a yarn long as the wall is wide.
Hello, Joan.
Howdy, John.
Hello. We're playing the microphone shuffle here.
Fair enough.
I did think about you, Doc. We're probably about 1,000 yards from the Tennessee River.
Oh, nice.
Particularly wide juncture. It's probably twice as wide as the Elk Bridge ever thought about being.
That would probably be fishing instead of swimming.
Yeah. A lot of that going on.
It's free fishing weekend.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yes.
Yeah, they're doing it at the park up there too.
Oh, damn it.
Hit up with catfish and everything up there.
That was a customer was a catfish farmer. And so I got to help him feed the catfish one time. It was terrifying.
Yes.
Like freaking piranha.
Oh, yeah. They're super excited for their food.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oof.
Hi, Logan.
Hello, Logan.
Hello, Logan.
You there?
Hello.
Okay. Yeah, we was just checking in for a minute.
Well, glad y'all had a good time. It looks like just take it easy, chill out.
We've got some much needed rest.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Logan, we'll probably be back in around lunchtime tomorrow, but that'll probably be after Katie has to leave. All right. You all be well, have fun in game, and we'll watch the replay on the way home tomorrow.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, be well, all.
Wait.
Okay.
And now to Chris.
Would help if I turned my microphone on.
Yes, that does help.
All right. So yeah, we haven't done the thing yet, so let's do that real quick.
So, did you enjoy the con?
It was a good time. We're going back tomorrow for
In the same boat.
Yeah.
second
Yeah.
day.
Yeah, we haven't seen one of the guests still, so we gotta go back tomorrow, see him.
Which con are you going to?
Pastor Burroughs.
Okay.
It's the first time we've been, but John Barrowman got Joan there, so
He was totally fabulous.
we will be on next weekend after all our thing fell through, so we will not level up to 3.
You get to slog your way there like the rest of us.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't quite make it to John's panel. I ran out of steam.
He was hilarious.
Yeah, he was-
Oh, I imagine. I've seen him in some videotaped panels, and I imagine he was hilarious.
I had tears running down my face laughing so hard.
Oh.
Someone at FPC was definitely working.
Well, I want to get close to it.
Do we have another one?
Not in here, but hopefully in another one.
Oh, because you know what will happen.
Yeah. A whole box full of it. No, it wouldn't be a box. We'll just get like a big gallon jug that we're supposed to use to.
Like a 6-pack or something.
Yeah. I don't think we need this much. You will.
Some people get 6-packs of Bud Lights. We get 6-packs of Salients.
We're extra crashing here.
I don't know. There might be some sanitary benefits to the beer and wine.
Get some vodka. You probably use it the same way.
Oh. And that thing was angry before. Good grief.
No, it'll be relaxed and laid back.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, trust me on this. The vodka is the way to go.
Russians never have bruises or cuts. Vodka and bloodstream immediately clots.
I thought that was the function of fried chicken for Southerners.
It is. It's the same thing for us.
That's right.
If Russians had vodka, we've got fried chicken.
Yeah. Nobody bleeds.
Or the generations of grandparents told their grandkids just put tobacco or dirt in it and then
Yeah. Walk it off.
Yeah, just walk it off. It's not that bad. I'm missing a finger. I've lost that back in the water. Don't see me.
Well, not right now, but at the time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at the time you were like,
bloody.
right.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning. Oh, Steven.
Hello.
Just taking care of this real quick before we delve off into battle.
Glasses bag. Surprised this hasn't run out. This has been the
It's
longest
the
lasting.
never ending.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
the longest lasting thing we have. We did bandages and everything, but that's still going.
I think the first magical item in Eric's Tomb of Annihilation game was this jug that could just pour different things: water, wine, mayonnaise,
Oh yeah,
benzene.
yeah. Emmy's got that. I gave it that to her as a first item too.
Yeah.
They've been using it to interrogate prisoners with mayonnaise.
How does that work?
The old water method.
Mayonnaise torture?
Yeah. It's surprisingly.
Mayonnaise boarding?
Yeah,
Mayonnaise boarding?
Metaboarding.
Okay. Yeah, okay, I get to that. I think metaboarding was like having a surfboat on like a magical wave or something.
Yeah, I know, right? Like I don't know what's going on here. Just imagine if somebody walks in on that torture.
Well, it is heartening because that thing is the thing with 101 uses. Now,
Yep.
now it's got 102.
It's like a bag of holding. Instead of holding the things, it's just like any liquid you want to throw at something.
Seriously, I don't think anything you put in that jug you want back there.
Wait for them to start using like fuel or something.
I fight the darkness with Kool-Aid.
I know how we can solve this. Quick, maple syrup. Be like
I actually read a book where that was the solution. It was like an alien invasion thing,
yeah.
and the Canadians gave them maple syrup, and it turned out they had a sweet tooth.
Oh,
And so the Canadians end up ruling the world.
that sounds about right. It was Canadian writer, wasn't it?
That's right.
Yeah,
Of course it was.
it would have been American.
Very politely, but yeah. All those Americans with those guns and aircraft, missiles and rockets, those aren't sweet.
Maple syrup.
Yeah, maple syrup. Yeah.
They always say the way into an invader's heart is through their stomach.
They had maple syrup in Massachusetts too.
They didn't get too impressed.
And they didn't get too impressed.
Yeah.
The season is not quite as extensive there. Oh, Lord, am I? Let's see. So all the action's going to be on the monitors over there.
I was gonna pull the shirt up next year.
Okay, that worked. Robert was gonna peanut gallery this evening. Ah, Jesus. Come on, what? They're both mad.
Oh, they're both mad.
Uh,
All that walking around.
yeah, I guess. All right. So let's see.
Can I cheat tied down anything?
Yeah, whatever. I think the only one that actually has something through it is this guy.
Yeah, that's why I was more or less just gonna grab this one for safety.
House the clothes anywhere you want. What do I do with my? I'm not wearing them. Put them. There we go. Right. And Mr. Peg. So we got everybody we're going to get. All right. Well, let me actually fire up the game. Let's see here. I have to warn you, I have not had a chance to poke at this because I did work today. Hopefully, it won't necessarily be a problem because we are where we are. There we go. And because I've got a guest in-house, I'm running this through the speakers and the microphone on the webcam, which might cause some problems with sound effects and feedback. And if that is the case, just let me know and I'll try to man the mute button. All right. So does everybody remember where we parked?
Yeah, psychotic Klingon dad in the middle of an opera battle.
All gonna die.
No, some of us might die.
Okay, so let me make sure everything is. Well, you guys might want to share your screen.
I'll get that.
Good. Where did that one go? There were two of these. I'm going to move that out of the way.
It's on the other. Is it hidden?
Yeah. Yeah, mine Roll20 does it sometimes. If it's a reasonably complex map, it may not paint everything.
Okay.
But it's one of those all the way anyway. Those two signals near Min and Vigor were the destroyed freighters that were docked at the station. So I'm just going to go ahead and get those out of the way. All right. Reload here. The other thing to note is the scale of this map is quite large. Each hex square is 100,000 kilometers. And that's actually essentially maximum range for your weapons. So you can't fire across the map.
Yeah.
Any sort of engagement is going to be theater of the mind at space. There's nothing to hide behind. But what we're actually in this area here, we're saying that all this stuff in the vicinity of it is actually in that same hex as the planet.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, there it is. See? I'll get this guy and put him over here. All right. So let's open the scene. Listen. Oracle has arrived. So rather than ask for, you'd already told me your immediate plan. So I just want to work through that in sound effects for just a moment and then give you a where you're at, and you can make a decision at that point.
Yeah, we had a small security team on the station. They're going to use its phaser banks to help. The only thing we can truly do is try and screw up his targeting systems with some EMP drones, just shooting out as much as we can, try and blanket an area where he can't really shoot us, and just hope the little pinpricks we do while circling around and getting around eventually work. But we'd have to work quickly because there's that other smaller D3 class out there, or I'm sorry, D4.
Right. So all of this that you're about to hear happens in the first like 10 seconds. Not going to make you roll for it, but so it happens fast. Once you guys, the gauntlet is drawn and throw down, all hell breaks loose. And the end result of that is you being much more maneuverable than the D7 can find yourself on the opposite side of the planet with these E-War drones headed back your way. All right. You had deployed them at the D4. They're headed back. The Orson Welles is also headed away. There's not much they can do, so they're trying to clear data. All right. So this will give you a moment's breather. And now that your shields are already down to 20% after that little bit of engagement with a battlecruiser, to decide what you're going to do next. Now that you're over here, the only remaining target for the D7 is the station, and they're going at it.
So one of my plans, if the Orson Welles can make it out of system, I want to give them a copy of all the data that we have found. And their orders are to go directly toward, or die trying, to Starbase. And see, and just get those out. That's pure evidence, everything we need, the smoking gun, literally. Call out the engineering. I need the shields up. Now we have to circle around to the station. Won't last much longer.
So that doesn't take long. Again, no roll necessary. Clock, you pass that data to the shuttle pilot that's on the Orson Welles. It's just a quick data dump, and they are gone. They warp out. Boom. So freighter has left the building.
All right. Next order of business, like I said, called out to engineering, tell them to try and work on our shield as quickly as possible. I also call out to operations to reload another drone package. Electronic warfare. We're just going to try and frazzle this guy as much as we can.
All right. So that's going to take, call it a couple of rounds. for the probe reload. Each round is going to be, say, 5, a significant amount of movement. It's going to be just about 10 to 20 seconds. You can move 5 of these squares wherever you want to move. Same for the U, same for the probes.
Yeah.
So what's next?
We're going to swing around. We're going to shoot them. We're just going to keep doing strafing runs.
All right. Peek around the edge of the planet and take a few pot shots and then peek back around when it gets hairy.
Yep.
And just try to keep the planet between you and the big bad wolf.
Yep.
All right.
As well as keep in contact with the station, because once it's too much for them, they're going to have to evacuate, and then we'll have to come up with a new idea.
It's not going to take too long. It's stationed. It's a mining outpost. It doesn't stand up against a battlecruiser. All right. I'm going to put these guys here. Did you want to do anything about your sensor probes that you also have out, or just leave them in place?
Let's see. I'll leave that one there. The other two, especially the furthest out, I want to bring them in closer to try and ping that D4. Because if he enters the fight, it's going to be really interesting.
All right.
More interesting than it already is.
Yeah. So now we start to need some rolls. And it's actually going to be everybody rolling. There's a lot going on here. So we'll leave that off. Let's see. Start with the captain. So you've given a whole lot of orders just now. Let's give you a presence command roll, basically to see how well you're getting the crew to hop. Okay. And then let's see. Dava, you're shooting at things. So let's get a control security roll for the ship's main phasers, assisted by the ship.
Okay, but shipboard tactical systems?
Yep.
Okay.
And the ship is going to be weapons and security. Oh, wow. So the 2d20s, they have a target based on the combination of their attributes that they have to roll under with a d20.
Yeah.
And if they get a crit success, you get counted as 2 successes. Whereas if they don't meet the target, it's just 0. Most tasks are just 1, but like what he's doing with the phasers, he needs that 2. So he did a hit. All right. And let's see. Quinn, you're messing with probes.
I am. Probes and sensors.
So you can only do one or the other. So your ops, he said, get the probes out.
Right.
So that's probably what you're focusing on.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Control engineering, assisted by the ship. See what you got. You can probably add another roll there. It would be a minute, at least 2. Okay. So 3. Real good. And the ship roll, again, because you're dealing with the probes, is communications engineering from the ship.
Okay.
Wow. Total of 4. Okay. We'll come back to that. And let's see. Neff, how's it going?
Well, not bad. I wish y'all would quit shaking the ship so much. I'm doing experiments.
I know. The battle has joined in a big way. There's a freaking D7 out there, and it's just blasting at anything in range. Used to be you, but right now it's the station. Let's see. You have that sensor package of yours that you've been playing with. So let's see if it does anything for you. Why don't you roll control and science, and also assisted by the ship. Sensors and science. It's one of the ship's best rolls, actually. Being a scout ship.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
I'm looking for the button to roll the ship.
So the ship has
I
its
see
own
it, I
character
see it.
sheet.
Okay. Is it 1 or 2 tasks?
It's one when you're doing the ship. So yeah, it's just you didn't get that one. I'm just taking the first roll whenever people to roll 2.
Yeah.
Okay, but you got 2, so there'll be a positive result from that.
It's weird. 1's highlighted. I don't know why I rolled 2.
Whatever. We will roll with it. Let's see. Hector. So Logan, you're desperately looking for a D4 that's cloaked. You don't want it to sneak up behind you or in front of you or really anywhere in your vicinity. So let's get some sensor rolls out of you. You're going to be rolling control and science, and then also assisted by the ship, sensors and science. Oh, nice. Looking good so far. And nice. Okay, 3. Okay. Clock. So the last thing you did was that data dump to the Orson Welles. Like I said, that didn't take any sort of roll, but go ahead and roll control engineering, assisted by the ship communications engineering, and let's see what you got. Because a lot of stuff's happening at once, and your thing might happen in the middle of this. Okay, 2. Dr. Mallory.
Yes.
You're not accused. There are casualties coming in already from that. Just those brief 10 seconds of engagement. There were hits that got through the shields. You're seeing typical battle damage wounds, plasma burns, that sort of thing. Probably about 5 of them making their way to sickbay right now, and there are more that are out there. So you get to roll your favorite thing. This is going to be, for you, it's going to be control medicine.
All right.
And you don't get a ship assist on this. You're just doing your thing.
Right.
Okay, got it. All right. So here we go. All this stuff's happening simultaneously, and the result is this. Go ahead and roll your damage for phasers, Dawa, because you landed a hit on that guy. When you peek around the planet, you can see pretty clearly that the station is not long for this world. The D7 is just like a shark making lazy passes past the station, just soaking in the phaser fire almost effortlessly and just raking it with the disruptor blasts. Just almost seeming to taunt you, trying to get you to come back around to do exactly what you're doing, taking your pot shots. See what your damage roll was. 2. Okay, got it. And that's going to be off the shields. So we got this. Every ship is its own character. And now that guy's taking a couple of damage on shields right there. All right. And we're going to say that the Carson's like that. All righty. You are getting your probes ready. You don't have any problems directing the probes as the captain has indicated. And that's for Quinn. For Gonzalez, you're pretty sure, looking at the sensors that you have available, that the D4, you're not really sure where she is, but she's not close, which is good. But I guess we'll start with Neff. Neff, you do notice something when you are using your new sensors. And let me deal with that. There we go. That's the one I want. Okay.
Well, that's an interesting reading.
All its hits went.
So your sensors indicate a couple of hits. And this is actually going back in time over the past 5 minutes. So this would have been about the time that you detected the D4 and it cloaked and whatever it did is, I look at, now I can't see the screen. If you look up about where the D4 was and it's not painting for you, damn it. All right. Let's make a copy. That's good enough. That's the most recent hit off of your this. Here there be things that kill people. Sensor hit. The neurogenic weapon sensor.
Let's update the tactical displays for the ship.
And the original location of the D4 was there. Doesn't look like it's headed towards the battle. Clock.
Yes.
With that roll, you pick up something. There is some sort of communications, not from the D7, the station, or the presumed location of the D4, but there is some sort of subspace, so high-tech communications nearby. Not from a source that you know.
Okay, let's poke around that and see if we can't get that boosted a little bit.
Okay. So next round, now that you peeked around the corner, the D7 comes after you. So you have to retreat. And this is the round when the electronic warfare, the first batch, are going to be there. So how did you want those guys deployed? All around the planet, concentrated on one side, in space, surrounding you. One of them is set as a decoy. The other two are active.
So the decoy I want near us, the other two surrounding the D7.
Okay. So something like that.
Yeah.
I think I've done every side.
All right. Fair enough. And that's how it's going to play out. The probes are very fast, so there's no problem getting them in the vicinity of the D7. It's just, what is the D7 going to do about it? And we'll find out here in a minute. Okay, so next round, what do you folks want to do?
All right, so I asked Clock about that sensors hit they got.
Wasn't able to determine the precise location, just that there is something out there. And given what you know about the locations of things, it's not from any known source.
Cool. So for currently right now, to keep our crew on the station alive, we might have to pull the 7 into a case with us, and if we can make it to this field, this asteroid field, we can use that to our advantage. But it requires us pissing it off just a wee bit more.
I don't think that's a problem.
So the thought is slingshot around Min Vager, pop him point blank, and zip on by. If necessary, head toward the class 1 over here. Slingshot around that to the field. It's crazy.
So let me draw this out real quick and make sure I got you.
Why do we say slingshot? Slingshots don't travel in an arc. It's more like boomerang around it, right?
Hold on.
Boomerang means you can come back eventually.
Mr. Wig says that things don't travel in an arc. You're the guy that runs forward to make the bullet go faster, and you kind of flick your wrist.
That's a different character.
Different world.
Okay, all right.
Different mechanics.
If you say so. All right, so let's see here. As we go. So plan is first there, and then either there or there, depending on how much you're hurting at the time.
Yeah, that's.
What about the folks on the station as you pass by?
All right, now we beamed them on, so we might have to do a quick beam off. That would take time, so they might be safer there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So let's start with part 1. So that's going to be your NPC helmsman. All right. 2. And roll it. Oh boy. And assisted by the ship. Where's the ship? Here's the ship. They can be engines and con, which is actually really good on this. Yeah, rolls 2 for me too. You got a 1 out of it, so that's adequate. All right. And actually, for Belmont, let's have you do that command roll that you did previously. I'm treating it as how generally positive or negative how things go. That was a present command. Okay, you get a 1. All right. Clock and Logan do those same rolls that you did. You're trying to pin down what Clock found. All right. And you're both assisted by the ship, same as before. So a 2 from Iki. And we'll call that an assist roll from Logan. So like a 3 total. All right. 3 total. Dawa, you get the fire phases again. Same as before. And Neff, you continue. Ooh. All right. Only needed a 2, so whatever you get to keep as momentum. And again, assisted by the ship. Okay. So the game has an interesting concept, momentum. So if you roll much better than you need, you get to build up this momentum bar and spend it for various things later.
That's cool.
All right. So yeah, you got 2 momentum out of that. That was a good hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 3 momentum out of that. Nice. All righty. And let's see, Loki, Miki, Neff. You go ahead and do the same roll that you did last time. You're poking at find things that kill people. Oh wow. Okay. Assisted by the ship.
Is there a way for me to remotely set off stuff like that? That'd be great. Thank you.
It's a whole big fancy ship. I'm sure that you can get there or train a crewman to do it for you or something like that. All right. And
No, I mean setting off the weapon.
Oh, yeah, not so much.
It was worth a thought.
So same roll as before. You're dealing with the casualties that you've been accumulating.
Alrighty.
Yeah, no problem. You're keeping your head above water. Right now, you've got five crew that are seriously injured and a collection that have minor injuries that their chiefs want back very quickly. And you can understand why, because the ship has been just shaken like nothing, like a rag doll by this D7. Okay, here we go. So you get to that point, but she was waiting on you. And it looks like the D7 is actually turned and was waiting for you to come around that direction. Captain is just thinking through the moves of the quarry. Of course, you have that decoy there, and you do get a solid hit on the D7. So why don't you roll your damage? All right. 1, 2, 3. Pull up the D7. Yeah, 3. Unfortunately, they let loose with everything. So see how well they do with all of that jamming. Quinn, here's where you get to save the ship. Roll.
All right, what do you want me to roll?
I tell him, take evasive action.
Right. Yeah, when you turn around and you see the freaking front of the damn thing pointed right at you. Oh, hell. Bloody hell. But this is, Quinn, you're in control of those Ewo drones. So you got to make them to dance to try to jam the D7 so it doesn't target you successfully.
All right.
So let's see here. We're going to look at your character sheet. Quinn, where's Quinn? Here's Quinn. Here's Quinn. There's Quinn. Okay. All right. this is going to be control engineering from you, assisted by the ship.
Function.
Nope, they have the same stats.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
not the same stats, but the same
Yeah.
role things. That's what I'm going by. Communications engineering. And Dawa earned like 3 points of momentum. If you want to add a die and steal it from Dawa, I don't think he'll mind. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm gonna re-roll one of the.
Okay. Why don't you reroll one of yours? Because I'm just giving it to you. You're pulling some momentum that Dawa earned earlier. I don't. Yeah, he's not complaining. He's no, do it now, please save us. Not bad. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So here you go. Let's roll for them and see how it goes. Let's see. It'll be this guy and complicate. See. Say no. All right. And it's going to be, you get to see what he's rolling. Okay. All right. And he's assisted by the ship. Actually, I may decide not to let him be assisted by the ship. But let me do this first. Find it. I know what it looks like. So the ship has weapons and security. Pretty devastating roll. So we'll up that, make that. Oh my God. Okay. So Quinn, you got 4, he got 3. Quinn wins. But you saw what it took to win, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's what and feel. And I'm going to have to mute again because of the feedback. She just lets loose with everything. And there are more weapons on that thing than it has any right to have. Disruptors, banks of disruptors, cannons that are disruptors, and torpedoes, and just freaking every damn thing thrown in your direction. And she gets goddamn close, so close that she actually takes out the decoy. That's one of the things that saved you. So that decoy's gone. It's toast. But you do manage to come around intact. Did you want to do anything about the folks that are on the station as you're quickly making your way past? You're not going to be able to stop.
Can we beam them off?
Not with your shields up. And you do not want to lower your shields right now.
And I think I don't think there's any shuttlecraft on that, but they'd be sitting ducks in that, and they might as well hold fast.
There are some shuttles. Yeah. Prior to this fight, it hadn't taken any damage, and there were shuttles. That's just a matter of routine. So they could get off, but they probably don't want to use a shuttle with the D7 sitting right there. So they'll figure it out. All right.
Abandon ship.
So that means that was 1. Which way do you want to go? Do you want to head towards, because the D7 takes off right after you. Are you heading towards the moon, or are you heading towards the asteroid field?
So we're going to head toward that moon to slingshot around it.
All right. So that'll put you right about there with a D7 on your tail and these 2 Ewo drones buzzing. Yeah, they don't hang around the station. That was probably your fear, was they might hang back and blow it to bits. But now that you're running, they're after you. Okay. So let's see. Go back and look at Logan and Clock's rolls. You guys got 1, 2, 3 between you, which is good. So here's what you get. You don't pinpoint, but get the general indication of where that signal source is coming from. Yeah, it's not, things aren't quite painting right. Let's see if I can move it and it come up. Look down. Yeah, I'll do it this way. Or more precisely. Apparently it's coming from that moon. And then Neff, for your benefit, your trace moves a little bit further away from the battle. That's probably where the D4 is, somewhere in that neck of the woods. Again, not approaching.
I'll just keep updating tactical.
Okay, so what's next for you guys? D7's on your tail. You easily keep in front of her, and you're weaving back and forth, using
I like this.
your best maneuverability as you maximum engine power to impulse. Good grief, don't get hit by those. Everything is throwing at you constantly.
That one
Want to drop a couple
amphibian.
more decoys?
Yes, that was actually what I was about to say. If we reloaded, all three are going to be drones.
All right.
That one amphibian crew member keeps telling you to do a barrel roll.
No, that was Pepper. I thought do a barrel roll.
Hey,
Slippy was the one that always got shot down.
we shouldn't listen to Slippy then.
No, they're useless.
So you say that they're all drones. They are all drones, but what type? Are they decoys or?
I want these three to be decoys because
Okay.
that will help us in this open stretch.
Yeah, decoys. The decoys seem to be what saved you last time. Somehow
And
it's
reload the bays.
reload the bays. So it's, again, that's going to take time. All right, so yeah, you get those out. I guess you want the decoys to stay close and just as you're dancing around, they're dancing around too, making it look good. Okay.
Exactly.
So that'll be Quinn's role. Okay, so Quinn, let's start with you. Here's your chance to save the ship again. Maybe a little bit easier because now you have more to work with. And Dawa, I hate to say it, but because you're turned in the wrong direction, you're not going to get a chance to fire the phasers. Did you want to do anything
Okay.
else?
Give me a second.
Let's see here. All right. And then assisted by the ship. That was at to close everything down so we can see. What do we say? Communications engineering for the probes.
I'll re-roll one of my die.
Okay.
Dang it.
Okay. Just a one. Got it. You're not the only thing trying to save the ship. You got your helmsman that's don't move like water. Yeah. Oh, what was it off of Firefly? I am the wind. I am a leaf. Yeah. All right. So that's going to be control. Not the, yeah. You'll get your roll in a minute. The Klingons eager. Let's see here. This one here is going to do control con 2. Roll it. Okay. A 1. Helped by the ship. All right, which is going to be engines con. Yeah, it's rolling 2 for me too. I don't know why, but no big deal. So a 2 off of that. So Dawa, why don't you say that you're assisting the helm trying to not get hit, and that'll give you be able to roll once, or if you have something that's appropriate, twice.
And what am I rolling? Engineering?
For you,
Control engineering?
Security, control security, just like you would for your phasers. Because you're advising the helm. I wouldn't do that maneuver.
Control.
Okay, great. So we'll call that 3 for your evasive action. And then Belmont, same general command roll from you. Nice. Okay. I think, Melry, you're under control. You didn't have any great surprises. You're starting to send those folks back.
Okay.
So they can keep this ship going. It'll be Neff. Yeah, Quinn did that role. It'll be Neff and Logan and Clock. Those roles that you made for sensors and trying to pinpoint what's going on this moon in front of you. And while you're doing that, the D7 is shooting at you. So we're going to let this happen. Security. Oh boy. Assisted by the ship. And weapons. Yep. Fish. Okay. Yeah, let's see what you guys get off of your I'm looking for stuff roll. Great. Okay. At this point, Calvin, it looks to you like it's gone. You can't see the trace anymore.
Captain, we might be dead.
Okay.
Since we're still on this ship,
Logan and Clark.
I cannot confirm that with my sensor readings. Cannot confirm we are still on the ship.
Yeah. Are you breathing? Yeah. Okay. Maybe it's your imagination. Hold your breath. All right. So yeah, out of that, and you do get assisted by the ship, but it wouldn't help you in this case. Calvin, you're pretty confident that the trace you've been following is not there anymore. It's
Any
not
warp
as though
signatures?
yeah. Say what?
Any warp signatures?
You wouldn't see that if it's cloaked. Yeah. But that does seem to be the thing that comes to mind, right? It's warped out. All right. Let's move you ahead a bit. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, I know. Lots of fighting going on. Okay, so over here, bring those along, and those, and the big bad wolf. Yeah, everybody's headed over there. All right. So here's what you get. Not going to go through the whole sound effects thing. I think you get the idea. Based on your evasion and drone rolls, the drones didn't do as well this time in keeping fire off. The evasion was really the main thing that, if anything, saved the ship. So between your helm and tactical trying not to get hit, this time around the drones had an impact, but not as much as that rather dramatic impact the very first time you came around the moon. It's like, uh-oh. So here's what happens. You get nailed by the main disruptor cannons on the D7, a direct hit. It also has phaser banks, torpedoes, a tractor beam. None of those score hits, although they do start picking away at the probes, at these decoys. So now you've lost 2 of the decoys doing their jobs. Let's see here. So put this one there, as well as one of the Ewo drones that was right there pestering it. They grabbed it with a tractor beam and just ripped it apart. Okay, here we go. Disruptor cannons are bad news. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. All right, here we go. And at this point, you would have gotten a couple of your shields back. But that means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 taken by the shields, 4 taken by the hull, leaves 11. All right, let's see.
Gonna need a new Timmy.
Shields are ripped away, and you take a direct hit astern. Let's see. Carson. See if we can find that thing. So I don't have to look up that table again. May have to. Yep. Hello, Cat. How you doing? Oh, buddy. Come on. He's like right there. Yeah, it's my turn. Oh, what are you doing? It is the Klingon cat. He gave me that look. No, I'm not. Okay, yeah, this is what I was looking for. All right. So that's 3 hits with that table. Got it. All right. 10, 3, 8. Ooh, okay. 10, 3. Yeah, okay, which makes sense. All right. So all 3 of those were engine hits. 2 on the nacelle and 1 on the impulse drive. So basically, you took the brunt of that in engineering, main engineering. That's going to have an impact on your ability to evade next round. All right, which is where we find ourselves. So here's the situation. Despite having all those defenses, you just had an unlucky round there. They managed to get a good solid hit in. You're slowed down significantly without any shields. So you're approaching that moon, and it's all sorts of hell, that moon is. Strong electrical storms. Yeah, if you hover over it, you'll see a description of it. Violent storms, high winds. It is, you can actually beam down there because you got a breathable atmosphere, but you won't survive it for long. What's your next move?
I want to head as close as we can to it. At the same time, our drone bay is loaded.
Loading, you still got another couple rounds. You just threw out your last 3.
All right. And any and all available personnel to engineering to help. If
All
we
right.
get one more hit there, we're done.
So roll your general command roll. Okay. And we'll say you end up here. And then Roscoe E. Coltrane there. Let's see. You never did see that. So I'll
Did you say E?
yeah, P, wasn't it? P, rather. Yeah. It's a relative of Roscoe. It's a cousin.
How about to say?
Yeah. Okay. So, Quinn, damn thing's still firing at you. And now you're down to just two of these probes. An Ewo right behind it. And it's apparently figured out how to take those out. It's got a tractor beam, and it's trying to latch on to your probes if they get too close. And you've got the remaining decoy that's hovering around the ship itself. So what do you do right now? Important not to get hit again. And I'll remind folks that you have points of determination. Hello, Cat. It's like a force point. So if you need an extra bit of oomph, you can say, I burn my determination and add dice to a roll or something. 3 of them. Everybody has. Stephen, you with us? You muted? You're pondering?
Sorry. Yeah, if they're the kinetic kill, have the decoy, if it gets caught in the tractor beam, or they deploy the tractor beam, see if it can go in and use that as the accelerate to get in there and kamikaze the.
Okay. And did you want to add some determination to your roll?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Let's see it.
I have 2 determination.
Let's see here. You get Gwen.
2 determination, 2 dice.
Yeah. Yeah, diaper.
Control engineering.
You had 2 dice to start with. That'll take you up to 4.
All right.
There you go. And roll that. You want to reroll?
Holy hell.
Not all that determined.
It's kind of okay, got it. And then assisted by the ship. It's what's the old joke? Great role players, but bad role players. Yeah.
Never had to roll up a new ship before.
That's right. You start with a sheet metal. You just that's right.
Con and weapons for ship.
Yeah. Communications. We'll see what you get. If you get a 1, we'll take it. Okay. Hold that thought. So the helmsmen doing their thing and see what they get. And then you can do the same assisting the helm trick that you did before. Okay, helm, where the hell's the helmsman? NPCs can't use momentum or determination. Okay. 1 from Dawa. Let's see what we get from the ship. The engines taking a bit of a hit, but let's see what we get. Okay, so 2 there. Logan Clock. Roll you're looking for stuff. Rolls.
All right, I'm going to add a determination and hope that I'm a little more determined than my predecessor was. Oh, yeah, here we go.
Whoa, yeah, okay.
That's a little bit better.
Got it. Yeah, between you guys, you're going to nail this.
All right. What was my ship one? Communication, engineering, or science?
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll just run with it. If you can ever get sensor science out of the ship, then that's your best bet. Okay. Yeah, you guys really nailed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You only needed 2. So that's 4 more momentum. Okay. Deal with that in a minute. Mallory, that last hit was everybody felt it. You know what's coming. Time to roll. You can already hear them running down the hall with casualties.
Right.
Yeah. So it's going to be hectic in sickbay for a bit.
Right.
So here's what happens. The D7 rolls. All right. It's a little easier for him now. Oh, Lord.
Might not be a hectic in sick bay all that much longer.
Yeah.
That's required.
And then, let's see, weapons. Not quite so bad. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now, he had the decoy. So let's see what got hit. We're just seeing which of the weapons actually scored the hit. Okay. The phasers. Looks like the destructor cannons took out your remaining decoy. And thank God the photon torpedoes went wide. And they did take out the last Ewo with the tractor beam. So that's your probes. As for the phasers, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10. The disruptors did 20, these did 10. So 4 for the hull, 6. So basically, 1 hit. What was that? 9. So Calvin, why don't you roll like 1d6 and call even or odd?
Odd.
Okay. Lucky you. That means that the lab hit that just happened didn't destroy the lab where you were working on things that could kill everybody in 5 sectors.
I keep that to myself.
Okay. But yeah, there was a direct hit. It actually caused a power overload in Deck 5 where sickbay is. And one of the labs that's not being used right now because you have all of your medical staff in here working patients just essentially blew, took that hit. It's, whoa, we're supposed to be safe in the middle of the ship. Thank God it wasn't Calvin's lab. So let's see here. Let's find out how that works. So that'll be we'll call that a hit on structure. All right. So that's when you see all this happening. You're right there. This D7 is flying right above you. What do you do about it?
Underside belly shot.
Okay. Give me a moment. So since I'm actually here, I'm going to do the rolling. Finally, where is he? Here he is. And you heard what I said about determination and momentum?
Yeah.
Did you want to use any of that stuff?
Yeah.
This may be the only chance you get.
Yeah, full speed.
Okay.
You get a whole new set of momentum when you roll up a new character.
That's right. Okay. That's probably just as well you did. And I hadn't had a chance to actually fill in the blanks, so we'll borrow somebody's. This guy. This is actually not the D4 doing it. I'm just borrowing the sheet for a minute. Okay. Well, okay. But it's 2 is all you needed, so because they're totally not expecting it. The only people that had any clue that you were there were the folks in the Carson. They hadn't pinpointed you until just now. So you're looking at the D7 in the stern viewer, and coming up from the moon below this, and hits the D7 dead in the bottom, right between the nacelles. Those shots Clock and Logan came from that, the von Steuben, which is beat the hell up, but still there. So let's do the damage. And again, just borrowing the D4. All right. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nice. There's a key difference between these two classes. They may look alike. Carson's a scout ship and the von Steuben's a destroyer.
Yeah.
So the Carson doesn't have nearly the weapon systems the von Steuben does. But conversely, you don't have probes. You know, all the stuff that Carson's been doing to stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Von Steuben can't and didn't. That's why she's beat the hell up. All right. What did I say? 15? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4. So there you get a hit through. You strip the D7 shields and manage to get a hit on something. Let's find out what. Oh, that's usually interesting. Nice. You take out her forward torpedo launcher.
Nice. That'll be very helpful.
And that Dawa on your tactical display shows they're not launching any more torpedoes. At least not facing you. All right. So what do you do now? The von Steuben looks like she was in a fight with somebody. Maybe this D7, maybe somebody else, but she got beat up badly. And apparently she's been hiding in the upper atmosphere of this moon using the electrical storms as a kind of a cloak. Her warp nacelles practically ripped in half, holes through the hull. Just the good sensor roll that you got just now, you clearly show she doesn't have shields and her hull is critical and barely has enough weapons to be in the fight. But that surprise strike may have just turned the tide for you. No more shields on the D7. What do you do?
Let's see if we can swing around and give them a good phaser shot, and if we have probes, launch them.
Let's see. Launch them here. Yeah, this round you'll have probes. How do you want them to be configured?
Give the von Steuben a decoy, give us a decoy, and sooner electronic warfare.
All right. So that would look like, come here, you button here. Go. Oh,
Suggestion: if we get a point where we're not in their direct line of fire, we can drop our shields and beam something nasty onto their ship.
What sort of thing do you want to beam onto their ship?
Something that goes boom.
Our shields are already down too.
Yeah, everybody's shields are down.
Yeah, we already could do that.
Yeah, let's do it before they do it.
You could beam Calvin over there.
Ramming speed.
Okay. So the probes, they're launched, they get in position. You come about and you're going to take your shot. The D7 was totally taken by surprise by the reappearance of the destroyer. But is not wavering from you. You were his intended target, right? All right. So let's start with Cap. Roll your command roll that you had, Ben. Let's see what you're getting. And you're going to roll that too, by the way. Okay. All right. So this is basically trying to see how the crew, what's left of it, is responding to what you're trying to do. And then you're going to tell me what you're trying to do. All right. Do. All right. So 3 for Dirk and 1 for you. All right. What do you want the von Steuben to do? You've heard me describe the shape she's in.
Yeah.
Basically one good hit and that's it.
Yes, I can't really. I probably don't have a lot of mobility either.
No, you basically just surfaced, came up to the top of this atmosphere far enough to fire off those torpedoes.
Yeah.
So now you haven't even left the gravity well yet.
angling myself in a way where I'm still in the clouds, but like able to fire a shot, and then
So try to duck down, get to the point where you can fire a shot, come back up, fire it, and just use the
use
the storm.
Yeah, use the storm as a way to disrupt your sensors and everything.
All right. And you notice that you have this little guest that looks a lot like you. They have probes that can act as decoys. So, it's sending out a lot of hit me signals to the D7,
I got you.
trying to confuse the sensors. All right. Got what you're trying to do. I heard a lot of plans from everybody, but what exactly is the Carson doing? I got firm that you're coming about and taking a shot.
Yes.
What else?
All right. So I heard, hey, let's beam something nasty on board that goes boom. We don't really have much that goes boom on this ship.
Captain?
I was waiting for this.
Yes.
We might have something I can scrounge together real quick.
If you can make it real quick and beam it over, I can't stop you.
It just might happen to find its way on the teleporter pad. You might just happen to send it.
I can't really stop.
I'm already walking out, so
yeah, I can't stop a civilian scientist from taking something and beaming it aboard without my knowledge or orders onto an enemy ship. So
yeah, I already left.
Yeah, I already assumed you did. I'm just saying that for everyone else on the bridge.
The only one that doesn't have plausible deniability is Logan's character because he approved it. If you remember several games ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, hey, give me that paperwork. Just
He approved what I told him I was doing, not what I was doing.
That's right. So that's happening. Anything else going on?
So I've already said we've already launched probes. I've already said reload. What's our situation in engineering? Because that was the hardest hit and all the damage reports.
You've taken several hull hits. One of the labs has been destroyed. No casualties there, but there's been significant casualty amongst the engineering group. Dr. Mallory is trying to work through that now. And you don't have numbers yet. It's that chaotic. The engines are down to 50%, and warp is an iffy thing. You might make warp, but you'll drop right back out. That sort of thing.
Nah, I don't need warp right now. Go ahead and lock down the damaged deck. Since we don't have shields, I would go ahead and prepare security. Whatever security teams prepare, just in case for possible boarding. If the D7 gets hurt enough, there's not going to be much stopping them from boarding either one of these ships. I also want Clock to get a communique to the von Steuben.
So Clock, you roll for that.
Guessing there's gonna be a disadvantage for that.
Clock has a full effect of the Carson's comms. You may not be able to hear it. That's a different matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay. We'll see how this works. So far, so good, and assisted by the ship. And the ship's communications. And, yeah.
Oh.
Yep. I think it's going to come through.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a good roll.
And I believe we have pinpointed the source of the chatter coming from the planet.
Yeah, apparently the von Steuben's been trying to contact you, but their comms array is so shot. Yeah, it takes you basically contacting personal communicators on board the ship to actually get anything back.
We strapped a CV antenna to the roof and it wasn't working too well.
Breaker 19, that's right.
We beamed aboard one end of a tin can with some string.
That's right.
Yeah.
That'll work too.
So basically, it's going to be short and sweet. Basically, the D7, we are the D7's main target.
And Dawa, go ahead and make your I'm trying to hit this thing roll. You have some momentum to spend group if you want to, because you need to do what you can to the D7 now while the shields are down.
Fire all phases. All one of them.
They're no joke. If you can get a point in the right direction, they're actually
I'm going to spend a point of my determination and spend this point of momentum.
Okay, go for it. Let's see it. Okay. Assisted by the ship.
Oh, no, it's binary.
Doot, 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 doot. If it's binary, it's a really good damn roll.
Yeah.
That is
Oh, so
weapons
I thought I saw it too.
Yeah.
security.
The worst nightmare.
Okay, good. 3. All right. Dr. Melry, you're starting to get seriously injured people. Lots of them now from engineering. So let's see your role. Excellent. Okay. So basically what's happening is you're not just playing doctor, you're also coordinating the efforts of this whole team of yours, trying to prioritize and make sure that the most serious folks get the attention they need. So this is good. Basically, if I see 00, somebody dies. Yeah. So far, so good. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Clunk, you did succeed in establishing comms, but things are pretty chaotic right now. So we'll give it till next round for that to take effect.
I have a question.
Yeah.
I know I'm busy shooting phasers, but I would like to just, if possible, I would like to wrangle one of these probes, say this one up here, the select, and just start it moving towards us, towards our direction where all this mess is happening.
Okay. You can ask Gwen, and if Gwen's okay with that, because at this point, that probe is up there looking for the D4, and you think you know what's happened to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Go.
Which I will approve any kinetic kills with a drone. We've done it once.
Yeah.
It's now a missile.
Okay. So it's on its way. It'll be here next round.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Thank you, Eric. I actually completely forgot about doing that.
You firing at it. Control, blah, blah. Okay. So you basically threw everything at that last shot.
Yeah.
All right. But still got a pretty good roll.
Yeah.
So let's see how the ship helps.
If it loads, there you go.
Okay. Yep, come here. Weapons. Yeah, that's what I want. Okay, so just 2. 1, 2, 3, got 2. All right, so let's see how this goes. And your evasion roll is going to be your con. Here we go. Control con. Oh boy. And let's see, Carson. How about a suffering helmsman? Engine and con. Okay. So first your hits on the D7. The phasers are hit. The torpedoes can be dodged. So go ahead and roll your damage for phasers. And we'll see with the torpedoes. Here's our Klingon guy. Here he is. So this is going to be that. Ooh.
Okay.
This is dodging your torpedoes, so he'll celebrate. Engines. What do we say? They took a hit on weapons. All right. Okay. And con. Goddamn. You caught a break. All right. Let's check on the phasers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Carson gets a pretty good hit in. They don't have any shields. Let's see. 13 minus 4 is 9, so we'll call it 2. See where they land.
Oh, nice.
So both of those were engine hits on the port nacelle. All right. And then the torpedoes hit, which is a little surprising. But not good news for the D7. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. No shields. Minus 4 is 13, so we'll call it 3 hits. Okay. So you've taken out one of the phasers, another weapons hit, another hit on the engines, another hit on weapons, and a hit on structure. Yeah, so to that guy's surprise, hey, this turned into a real fight. Now remember, the Klingon opera has been spewing out this whole time. Still going.
Yeah, I was about to say if the record scratched or stopped.
Yeah. Yeah. You couldn't really know. It's Klingon opera, right?
It sounds all the same.
Forwards, backwards, sideways, yeah.
Throwing it against the wall.
Okay, but unfortunately, you did not dodge. So let's see how they fired. All right. Control security. You have a decoy up there. So we'll do it that way.
That was it.
Okay. Looks like that decoy is doing its job. See what the ship adds to it. All right. D7. Weapons. Security with extra complication.
00.
Carson, the luckiest scout in Starfleet. So we'll say that worked. That means that once again, you lose your decoy. All right. What's happening behind the scenes is there's a complication scale with these rolls. And I'm just, when you have a decoy out there, I'm increasing the complication limit.
Yeah.
Makes it harder for them to hit. All right. Where's my thing? So the decoy got nailed by the disruptors, which is the only thing left that they have to fire, which is actually the most devastating weapon, disruptor cannons. Let's see if they do anything about this other little guy here. Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, let's let him roll. If he gets anything, then they take out that little Ewo drone as well, which is also adding to complication. Oh. Okay.
The zeros are strong.
The zeros are strong with this one. So they shoot a tractor beam out, but you managed to dance that probe out of the way. Okay. So at the beginning of this round, the D7 turns 2 and cloaks. And now you can talk to the von Steuben. So clock, I haven't loaded that damn picture yet. You end up seeing the bridge of what looks a hell of a lot like yours. It's the same size, right? Except it's all blasted and destroyed and
On fire places.
and there's one guy manning the whole thing. It's a Tellarite that's sitting there at the weapons console. He's been the one that's had his finger, just like you did with the phasers, right? Boom, fire, kill it. Basically, he's firing these torpedoes off. And you notice that the view screens come live with the bridge of another Federation ship, and you're like, hi?
There's other people out there.
So yeah, there's a Tellarite that's been manning the bridge on the von Steuben, but you don't see anybody else. And he is a red shirt, a Lieutenant JG.
Piece of advice for you that we've discovered. Our chief engineer disabled the exploding consoles that come standard with Starship vessels, so you might want to get on that.
I'm not even engineering. I wouldn't know what wires across.
Now, you don't actually see any other bodies on the bridge. The battle that the von Steuben was in happened some time ago. You remember the von Steuben, you lost contact with her like maybe a day ago. So they've had time to clean up, but yeah, if you would think if there were somebody, if the captain were still around, the first officer, a senior officer, they'd be up here running the show. But no, you've got one guy on the bridge. That's Lieutenant JG that's been basically trying to make everything work.
I've been running between consoles all day.
And for your information, out of a crew of 120 people, there are 10 left.
Okay.
And they're scattered around the ship, manning things.
Yeah. We're all lower deck guys.
You got hit badly. Yeah. You're lucky to have crawled and found a hiding spot that they're cleaning.
Well, Basically, I tell that lieutenant, so let's head back to the station because that's going to be our rallying point for the reinforcements that are coming. I asked the transporter room, it's like, did we beam something off at any point? Or is it still on the
If I
ship?
had a chance.
So at this point, Neff, you're backing away carefully, and Chief Tim, he's peering over his console and says, "What is that?" It's unimportant. Don't worry. Just lock onto the Klingon ship. They cloaked. We can't. What? Damn it. Didn't quite get it beamed off.
Okay. Basically, okay, dismantle that thing and get back to your lab. You're going to withdraw to the station. I want to bring in all of our drones and make like a perimeter, a sensors perimeter. And I'm going to keep popping a few decoys as well because we're going to have to nurse the von Steuben back. And I might have to beam aboard some people, or I might just take who's on the station and put them on the Steuben to help. We'll just do it that way while we're both trying to get all of our stuff fixed.
You end up bringing in all of your drones. Set the probes out a little further to look for Klingons prowling. So yeah, you end up with quite a few active drones here and there. And by the time you do make it safely back to the station, the D7 doesn't reappear. At some point, the Klingon opera cut out even.
Quiet.
It's
Too
quiet.
It's right before the concerto.
Yeah.
Why do I hear the Jaws theme now?
That's what it's feeling like. So essentially, I'm going to send basically status report, Starbase, whoever's coming in. First, I want to make sure if the Orson Welles made it. It's probably still in transit.
Yeah, they're still at warp, and you can contact them, no problem, and they're happy that you're still alive. But they've been steadily making their way away as ordered, and they did successfully contact the Starbase as ordered.
Good. I don't know. I'm assuming the Steuben is in the same situation we are with warp, and we can't get out of here until both of those are fixed. So essentially,
Steuben's going to need to be towed.
That's what I was afraid of.
Yeah. And you're in no position to tow. You could, but if your engines were intact and all that, but no, you're very much damaged yourself right now.
So essentially, plan I originally had was fixing what we can and awaiting for the rest of the ships to arrive. And I even put out, we're going to need a tow out here.
Yeah, the Excalibur is like still 12 hours out. So this is, I think, another good pause point. This is, you've managed to circle the wagons, get back to a reasonably safe location, but you don't know where the Klingons went. So yeah, think of the Jaws theme, because they're doing the same thing you are. They're licking their wounds and getting their shields back and going, well, that didn't go as expected, but it's glorious. Yeah, we'll pause it there. You have a new friend. Robert has made a character for the campaign.
Hello.
And as I said, he was the chief of security on the von Steuben and is now the senior officer aboard. All the other senior officers perished during the fight with the D7.
So you got a bunch of lower deck guys that are not senior officers.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's some petty officer running engineering who's going to go, there's nothing down here to run anyway, so it's perfectly fine. Yeah, it's all blasted. So it is a terrible mess, but hey, the photon torpedoes work, damn it. All right, good deal. That's close.
Indeed.
But now you've seen D7. D7 is pretty badass. Then you've seen Crazy Dad, who's driving the D7, who likes to kill things. You almost had your chance at revenge there, Neff, but keep that thought. Hold that thought. You'll get another chance. Okay. So next time is next Saturday. Logan, were you thinking that you'd be ready for that?
I should be ready next weekend, yes.
Okay, so we all have our 2 characters made.
I think Neff has
Do
yet
we
to
need
make
3?
one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I already told Logan I'm not expecting my characters to survive long.
No, nor am I. I don't think paladins do well in Ravenloft. But
Ravenloft has a certain reputation amongst us, so it may be totally different. But we're expecting death in humorous and horrific fashion. We'll roll with it, no problem.
I was expecting you to make a quirky gnome that made alcoholic potions.
So that's where you went.
I don't know. I died and I showed up here. I don't know what happened.
Anybody want a healing potion? You're going to need it. All right, good deal. Thank you, everybody.
Good game.
Appreciate you running it.
We need
Thank
to
you
have
for
it at
running
an
it.
emergency containment unit near the teleporter so we can get that plan into action faster in the future.
So the captain gets a complaint from Chief. I don't want that damn thing in here. What the hell?
It says,
I don't even know what it does, and it
don't
scares
break
me.
glass.
Yeah, don't break glass. Like glass, hell, it's got glass and Durasteel and 2 force fields. There's an attack triple guarding it. Come on.
Even saran wrap.
Yeah, there's saran wrap. Some of that tape with like the really good tape. Yeah. Duct tape. We know that it's serious when you use duct tape.
A lot of duct tape.
It's flex tape. That's a lot of damage.
That's right.
I sawed this ship in half.
It's not what you saw in half, it's what you piece back together.
Yeah.
That's right. It's crazy glue or duct tape.
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a ship out of this hat.
See, getting another chip wasn't that hard. You just need a big enough hat.
It just takes a mad hatter to make it.
Yep. All righty. Again, thanks everybody, and we'll just go ahead and pause it here.
All right.
All
That
right,
sounds
right.
appreciate
plan.
you.
Sounds
right.
good.
Y'all
So,
have a good night.
y'all
Good night,
take care.
y'all.
Bye-bye.
Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.